Signature Tube. My name is Ben Schachter, your host, CEO and president of the Signature Real Estate Companies headquartered in Boca Raton. Each week we bring you different fascinating guests to learn about their businesses and how they tie into the real estate and other local business space. Today I'm accompanied by a really fascinating guy, Rick Mancinelli. He is the CEO of C3, which is a cloud computing concept company. Rick, thanks so much for being here.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's really a pleasure to meet people that have fascinating businesses because not everyone is doing things as exciting as you are. And of course, in the tech age, we're knocking on the door of 2020. People are always interested as to what's going on in the world of computers. And you've built a remarkable business here in South Florida.
Thank you.
We have real estate agents from across the country that like to tune into our show. We also have buyers and sellers of real estate that like to participate and watch Signature Tube.
Excellent.
And they want to get to know you and C3 today, Rick. So tell us about yourself and tell us about C3.
Excellent. So C3 is a full-service technology consulting group based here in South Florida, good old Delray Beach. We're currently hosting at a data centers in Miami, Cleveland, Las Vegas, very soon Atlanta. And we're currently looking into a couple of international expansion options as well. So we're doing cloud services, telecom, SIP trunking, traditional telecom, pretty much anything you need from an IT perspective.
Fantastic. Yeah. You just service the commercial clientele, not so much people's residential properties, correct?
That's correct, yeah, commercial only.
Wonderful. And with IT consulting, are you the guys to call like Geek Squad if somebody has a problem with their local computer, or you want much bigger mainframe projects?
No. I mean, we do have customers of all sizes. Everything from small solo practitioner law firms all the way up to several thousand seat larger enterprises. So it really depends on the need, and the value of the services that we can bring. For sure we are small, medium focused.
Wonderful. And the businesses you service, are they limited here to South Florida, or do you have clients in other parts of the country?
No, we're nationwide.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And did you say you have a phone service component within it?
We do. We're actually a registered CLEC in 6 states, and we provide hosted PBX services, SIP trunking, things of that nature, all across the country.
Wonderful, wonderful. So when clients are looking at cloud service providers, what would you say separates you and the folks at C3 as to some of your competitors? Sure.
So, obviously there are the big 3. You've got Amazon, Google, and Microsoft Azure. But we're a little bit different. We're more of a white glove boutique type approach. It's an end-to-end engagement for us. So we handle all facets. It's not just one little piece of what you do. A lot of the telecom companies will bring the circuits to your office and leave. A lot of the IT services companies can't deal with on the telecom side or on the carrier side. But we do it all. And so if there's an issue, you come to us, we resolve it, and then we come back to you with a solution. There's no finger pointing, there's no one else involved. It's very straightforward engagement.
As far as technology goes, everyone seems to be going to the cloud these days, and not everyone always understands cloud, internet, host, online. Can you break it down a little bit for us for the layperson that's maybe not as tech savvy?
Sure. So, there's an old joke in our industry that says, the cloud is just someone else's computer, which is, in a lot of ways, is true. And it's more of a modern incarnation of, time sharing, if you think about old school mainframes and things like that. So what we do is, we've got, racks and racks and racks of servers in various data centers around the country. And we carve out little pieces of it based on what a given customer needs. And we allocate those resources to them on an as-needed basis. If they need to burst, they need some additional horsepower for a month, we can provide it. If it's something that's a little bit longer term, that's not a problem either. From our perspective, I think one of the things that really is attractive about us is that we're not just cloud services, and that we can build things in their office, we can build things in their data center, we can build things in our data center, we can use our cloud services, we can use the big 3. So it's really about choosing the right tool for the project at hand.
Why do you see that business owners, small and medium sized today, are so rapidly going to the cloud as opposed to buying local PCs at their Best Buy and plugging them in. What do you see as the advantages?
Well, there's two things. I think one is mobility. The cloud is all about anywhere, anytime, any device access to my information, my applications, right? So, if I'm at Aunt Mildred's for Thanksgiving and I can sit at her, do you really? How about that? I can sit at her PC and gain access to my desktop just as if I were in my office. So that ability to kind of work from anywhere really kind of falls in line with the way business is being done today. The second piece is really around security. I think in the early days of the cloud, people were a little afraid, should I put my stuff in the cloud? Would it be secure? And so on and so forth. But nowadays, increasing regulatory requirements, if you're in financial services or, legal, insurance, healthcare, HIPAA, all of those things come into play. And it becomes very difficult for the individual office admins and IT folks to meet those requirements. Whereas, a much larger firm can come in and give them a framework inside of which they can operate very effectively and efficiently.
It's interesting because you talk about security, and I know a lot of people in their mind think about security, hacking, stealing,
Sure.
getting information. What about the concerns of virus protection? I know years ago, there's always stories of somebody clicking the wrong button on a pop-up and they downloaded some Trojan horse and everything's shot. By working in the cloud, are there any new additional layers of protection from viruses? And is there any redundancy or backup that you wouldn't get by doing everything on your local device?
Sure, there are. There are some additional layers, but good habits still pay dividends, right? So we joke because we get a call on our help desk pretty much every day that says, hey, I received this email with this link. Should I click on it? And we say no. And the second question is always, what happens if I already did? Right, and so it's good to know that those layers of protection are there, to catch those things. If you turn the clock back about 10 years, 15 years, hacking was more about finding soft spots in systems. Whereas today it's shifted a little bit, and the more sophisticated hackers are looking for soft spots in people, because we found that people are easier to hack than systems are. And so, again, in a lot of ways, it's about protecting people from themselves, trying to help, A, educate them, and B, put a wrapper around what they're doing so that they don't get themselves in trouble.
That's really, really interesting. So C3 is full service, end-to-end. Are there any niche products that is particularly a strong suit for you that really is your silver bullet of service or silver bullet of product that maybe we're unfamiliar with and maybe we should really stress to the audience?
Well, it's interesting. I think, our strongest, maybe edit that out, but I would say our strongest suite is that we can act quickly. We're small enough to be agile, but we have a deep enough tool chest that we can do pretty much anything that a given customer may need. So, if an agent has a new customer, a new client moving into a new space, we can get them up on the internet very quickly, sometimes in a matter of a day or so. If it's on a temporary basis or long term, if they need help moving things in, we can help them with that. If they have data center moves from one geography to another, we can help with that. So again, for us, it's really about what challenges is the customer facing and how can we fix them.
That's wonderful. Really interesting stuff. It's great because we have a whole commercial real estate division here at Signature, and knowing that we have you as a referral partner is invaluable to us. We value our precious reputation just like you do.
Sure.
And we don't recommend and refer companies that don't have the team and the products, the support to really stand behind what we're recommending. So you certainly have our endorsement, you have our support here at Signature. We're going to do anything we can to help you and everyone at C3 to continue to grow your business, because we think it's really a feather in our cap by having a partner such as yourselves to be able to recommend and refer to that is in a similarly related field to commercial real estate in particular, and we know you're going to do a stellar job. So Rick,
Excellent.
I want to thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Rick Mancinelli, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of C3, a cloud computing concept company right here in Delray Beach. but they're also across the nation to provide you with all of their various end-to-end computer-related services. You'll be able to reach out to Rick and his company C3 by clicking the link embedded within the video. You'll have all their contact information, so make sure you reach out to Rick with any questions you have pertaining to the computer industry and the services that he provides to his customers, large and small. I think he'd be very, very happy with the end result, and we're certainly happy to recommend his services and think that C3 does a great job here in South Florida and beyond. My name is Ben Schachter, CEO of the Signature Real Estate Companies, and your host today for Signature Tube. Thanks so much for tuning in to learn about Rick and his company C3, and of course join us next time for more fascinating speakers on a variety of real estate related and affiliated topics. Have a great day, everybody.